Hey there, everybody. I hope that all of you guys are having an excellent day. I am building the base relief structures for my heavy metal heart journals that are in my Etsy store. I don't know if I have any in there right this moment or not, but I should have some by the end of the day. These are stacks of Tim Holtz grunge board. I realized that I did not have enough stacks of Tim Holtz scrunch board to finish this project, so I started using cereal boxes, of course, because I love food packaging and I really do love to use that up. So what I did was I thought, well, while I'm doing, while I'm building these base relief structures for my journals, wouldn't it be kind of fun to take a couple and see if I could do, something else with them? And I came up with this super fun idea to create a crown and a heart for your Valentine's Day, card decorating, journal decorating, embellishments. I love DIY embellishing because it's like no other, right? It's not something that you buy in a store. So I just want to take you through this. It's not hard at all. You know me, if it was hard, I would not do it. The really difficult thing, you guys, with doing these kinds of things is, your hand strength. So each one of these requires 3 layers, and then I thought, well, let's just go 2 layers for the embellishments. So I went 2 layers for the embellishments. So find a pattern, trace around the pattern twice on a cereal box board, or macaroni box board or whatever you have. I used some tissue box. Tissue boxes are beautiful. They're crazy pretty. So I did use some tissue box for some of these as well. So 2 layers of box, right? 2 layers of whatever you want. Cereal box, macaroni box, whatever. All right. So then whoa, did you see that? The whole top came off my glue. Yikes. Okay. The next thing you do is you just glue those 2 things together. You gotta wait for just a minute for that glue to set before you do anything with this. So while we're waiting on this glue to set, let's piddle around with our crown and see what we can create. I love crowns. I love the whole history behind, I love English history. I love the history of kings and queens, period. Really love the whole story of Catherine the Great. Elizabeth I, Elizabeth II. I love the whole thing, and then that whole interest in royalty, kind of just makes you think about crowns. So the way that I did my crown, and you can do yours however, I didn't even piddle with getting out a paintbrush or anything like that. I'm just dropping a little bit of gold here, and I'm just going to paint with my fingers because I loves it. And, if you're painting with your fingers, you're highly not likely to get a whole lot of glue on here. Also, don't be like fussed if you've got, if you've got multi-layers going on here. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if it's not perfect. Oh my God, don't ever worry about anything if it's not perfect. It's art, it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be so serious and stuffy. Don't be stuffy. Don't be stuffy with your stuff. Be happy. All right. I did get a whole lot of paint on that, even with painting with my fingers. Oh well. And now I've got my little fingerprints going on down there. Okay, then what I did, y'all, I had, and you can purchase this stuff at the dollar store. I had some little, let me grab my scissors. old doilies that someone had sent me. And so I thought, well, you know, that would look kind of cool. So I just, I'm going to put one of these little, and the neat thing is, look at these doilies, y'all. It has little stars in there. So I thought that was super cool too. Charles II is another extremely interesting king. You know, he was the son of Charles I, who was beheaded by his peoples because they were not happy with him. Charles II was kind of like a playboy kind of king, but he married Catherine of Braganza. She was a Spanish princess and remained faithful to her all his life. Faithful to her as a wife, okay? Not faithful to her. He did not divorce her when she could not give him children. He had lots of children with his mistresses. Probably the most famous of his mistresses was Barbara de Villers. If you ever want to look up a historical interest point, look up Barbara de Villers. So his mistresses, he had like half a dozen, all gave him children. And eventually he and his mistresses and his wife all kind of lived kind of happily together. However, at the end of Charles's life, he asked for his wife, Catherine, to come visit him on his deathbed, and she declined. She said that she had made him miserable in life, that she did not want to make him miserable in death. So I've always thought that that was interesting. No one wanted to be around him at the very end there. His advisors and 17 King Charles spaniels were with the king when he passed away. All right, so we've got a little line of jewels right here. I keep this little box of beads that won't fit on a needle. I just drop them in this box. So, you know, eventually I have a nice little stash of stuff to piddle around with. I know that some of you are waiting on weather. We are waiting on absolute frigid temperatures here. It will drop into the teens. And so I'm trying to plan some stuff to take downstairs because I work in an unheated spot upstairs. And I don't think that my little space heater is going to be cutting the mustard with a frigid temperature like that. Okay, and then I just put that, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can, you know, put a different color there or whatever. I was just trying to use up this little doily. And then I decided that I would add some jewels at the top. Again, you know, nothing new here, just like, you know, I like the idea of stacking the box board, you know, that you get from cereal boxes. Okay, there's one. There's two. Oh, let's put that one in the middle. That looks pretty, doesn't it? This would be fun for kids. You know, they're going to be off school. They've already called school off here in Richmond because it's going to be cold. They don't want the children standing at the bus stop, which I think is a grand idea. Too cold for that. And then we'll put one over here. All right. And there we go. And there's just, I mean, it's so simple, you guys, but it's also like a heck of a lot of fun to play around with these. Whoops. Let's put together a heart really quick. I am using a Sharpie liquid highlighter. I love these markers. Someone gave them to me. I think my sister gave these to me. And they are just all kinds of fun. So I highly suggest them. If I can find them on Amazon, I will put a link below. So I'm just going to color this one. I'm not being very specific about the way I color it. But you can see that, I mean, it's just, they are just wonderful. Again, Sharpie liquid highlighters. I guess they still make these. I've had these for quite some time. And then for my little heart here, I just took a few bits and bobs, you know, just a few little bits and pieces. And then I slapped down some glue. I just filled my glue bottle. Don't you love that? I don't know about you guys, but I find this a whole lot easier to use than the upside down bottles that Eileen's is making now. Those things were just way hard to squeeze. All right, and then I want to put I'll put a star on this one because I can, and can never have too many stars. And I think what I'll do instead of trimming around that all together is just kind of put it up there like that. You can see how this can be like just an afternoon of fun. But my afternoon is going to be getting some new journals in the shop, which to me is all kinds of fun. Okay, so we got that. And then I just take a regular Sharpie fine point. And I'm just going to go around here like this. You want to wait till your glue dries, you know, if you're getting too close to the edge here. There we go. There we go. Again, you know, we got a little bit hanging out down here. No big deal. Make that work for you. Give it some dimension, right? Okay, friends, I hope that you guys will try this DIY embellishment idea. Make yourself some crowns and some hearts. Give yourself a little royal treatment today. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a wonderful day.